strong way. I was like, okay, I could leave now before this supposed asteroid strikes, or I can just wait for the asteroid to strike, and if it doesn't strike, then they're wrong. But if it does strike, then they're right, and I'm dead. So
not an
it was a risk.
Not an easy predicament, man.
Yeah, so
Boy,
very tough.
I thought I had some tough decisions to make in life. You win. You win.
That's rough.
So it was kind of a risky decision, but I decided to wait it out. And I'm like, but I decided to throw a prayer onto it as well. It's like, oh Christ, please know that I need to know for sure if you're really true or not. And if I die, then I guess you're the truth, and I'll be with you soon. So basically, that's
a lot of bravery, man. You should have just sent him an email. I hear that you get a lot faster response.
I tried that. I got no response, actually. I even threw money at him. Didn't work. So basically, the asteroid never hit. They said it was
shocker
near, just meters away. NASA barely caught it. They found out about an hour before it's almost struck. And then, of course, everyone was silent. No one spoke about it. And I'm looking for that other Michael to make a response video. It's like, sorry about that, guys. False prophecy, my bad. Nothing, just silence. I'm waiting. And then I'm like, you know what?
He didn't?
It didn't.
Why do people make these prophecies knowing that they're not going to happen?
Right.
A little confused.
You have a ready-made. That's the thing. You have a ready-made rationale in this situation every time, because you can say, Lord Rayel had mercy, right? He decided not to destroy.
No, this was NASA's mercy.
You just gave them an idea. Well, congratulations, Dr.
Oh,
Bowen.
sorry. Don't do that.
Here's the thing, though, which is interesting. And I'm sure I could find this somehow, because I'm good with text. I write software with text, so I could figure this out. But Rayel has said that he has not come here to prophesy, but to fulfill the prophecies. But to have his own members set a prophecy, what does that mean? He's going to get his own word.
That's lazy.
So he's not. He hasn't come here to prophesy, but his own people are prophesying, and they're wrong prophecies.
Isn't that like his one job though? That's your one job as a deity. Like you prophesy and then you fulfill it. He's just going, no, I don't feel like doing it anymore. You know what? You guys handle it. Whatever you want, we'll do it. Just make it happen.
Well, no, the beauty is it's provisional. You just do a provisional type prophecy, and then when it doesn't get fulfilled, either the conditions weren't met, or as Dr. Bowen said, you know what? I've showed mercy on my people.
Well, let me tell you something. I did actually mention this. I did actually mention this to the congregation. I created a Rayel quiz file. I called it the Rayel Quiz of the Century. I'm not sure if any of you have seen it, but it was it's a really amazing file. If you guys want to look at it later.
I like you, Michael.
Awesome.
I would love to see that.
Okay. Trust me, I have it. I will send it.
Cool.
But I sent that quiz file. No one responded. Well, actually, someone did respond, but it wasn't good enough. They did not answer any of the questions. They said, good quiz, good questions. We're not ready. We'll get to you soon. The end.
Did they ever ask you, or did they ever respond or put out any kind of statement or any excuse as to why the asteroid never came? And were there other members of the congregation asking? Because it seems to me, if I'm preparing for an asteroid impact, right, and it doesn't happen, I'm gonna want to know why.
I will tell you their response. They respond by emojis. So they, I think.
The ultimate emoji defense.
Stop.
So I cannot lie about this. He really did respond with an emoji.
Please tell me what the emojis are. What is a? This is why the apocalypse
the winky
emoji. Please tell me.
Well, I don't know if they think this is a joke or if it's like, phew, it just missed. But basically, it missed. And Lord Angelus, okay, you can't call him. Basically, Angelus Domini.
So God's aim's off. So God can't aim.
The big guy in charge right after Rayel is Angelus Domini. After it happened, he throws up an emoji. Phew, it missed, something like that. And I was
That's
like,
fantastic.
that's the explanation. Understood. Got it.
So everybody accepted that, though. That's what I'm really looking for. Like, did everybody fall in line after that emoji text? Was that good enough to like quell any kind of uprising for people wanting to answer? Because if that's the case, then that goes a long way in just how brainwashed people can get.
Well, I got to tell you something. The brainwashing is beyond most people's understanding. They're not as active as I am. For me, I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm looking for the truth here. I'm waiting for the responses. People, everyone else in the congregation, they're passive. They're in. They're out. They maybe spend 10 minutes in that forum, social platform, and then they're gone for the rest of the day. So they are not. Basically, when something happens, they're not there to see it. So if someone says, "Hey, the prophecy is going to be an asteroid, it's going to come," oh, we just missed it. Basically, they're already hook, line, and sinkered, but they were gone for the prophecy and they were gone for the explanation.
So maybe let's talk about, if it's okay, guys.
Sure.
One of the primary sources there are two sources of validation that Angelus Domini gave me over and over again. One is these prophecies that they have documented and time-stamped that have come true, these predictions about storms that would come and so on and so forth. Michael, as you just pointed out, a particularly big one here with an asteroid did not come true. So I feel like that one's, if I were to actually take the time and go back and try to piece together these prophecies, no one would give me one directly, right? It was just, you can go back and check for yourself. If I were to actually go back and do that, I suspect what we'd have is something similar to what we're talking about here with the asteroid. But the other, and I think probably far more significant piece of information and evidence that is presented really on a regular basis, and we've alluded to it before, are these Torah codes. And Michael, if you want to develop it more, that's fine. I'll give a brief introduction to it. Essentially, this is nothing new. The Bible, the Old Testament, was written in the Hebrew language, and originally it was written without spaces in between the words, right? And so what people have done throughout the years is they have lined up all the letters in the Hebrew together, and they would skip. They'd say, let's skip every fifth letter. Every fifth letter. We'll just look at every fifth letter and then write those out and see what it writes in Hebrew. See if we can find significant words or phrases or prophecies, right? It's like this hidden code in the Hebrew text. Well, a very intelligent and business savvy software designer designed Keys to the Bible, which is a software program that does this for you, right? And you can search for specific things, and you can tell it how to skip, and it will find these secret codes, right, in the text. And one of the things that they do, and in fact, there's one up right now. If you go to the VK site, you'll see their lead page is always, it looks like a crossword puzzle, right? And it's just a bunch of Hebrew characters in a square, and you'll see highlighted at angles, horizontally, vertically, these words in Hebrew, and then down at the bottom it will say that this translates Lord Rayel, or this translates son of Lear, or this translates coming judgment, or any number of things. And these Torah codes are presented as irrefutable evidence that what are the odds, right? And this program will actually calculate the odds of finding these particular codes in this particular order or whatever. So how significant were those Torah codes to you, Michael, when you began to investigate, or even now, how significant are they to you?
And we have a picture of them that we'll put up while you're talking, Michael.
Sure. Yes, that's it right there. That's what they're presenting. Now, this is initially how I found them. I was doing research on Torah codes. I was not actually interested in entering a new congregation. I just happened to discover them because of these Torah codes. Now, here's the thing about these Torah codes. They are presenting it as evidence because the chances of them finding these codes in such a way that it would create these phrases, in these lists of phrases, is scientifically almost impossible, is what they are alluding to. Now, here's the thing, though. They are giving us graphics, images, but no videos as to how they are achieving these codes. But there is someone that they link to very frequently, and that person is a Torah code researcher. If anything, you can call him a Torah code master. He is a rabbi, and his name is Matityahu Glazerson. In English, that would be Matthew Glazerson. And he's an expert at Torah codes. Now, here's the interesting thing about Matityahu Glazerson is that he has gone against the congregation just as recently as 2016. But before that, I would say he was probably supportive because I think he may have made some videos about them before then. But his most latest videos of the congregation in 2016 are basically debunking videos. And if you go through those videos, look up Matityahu Glazerson, he doesn't just give images and pictures of Torah codes. He will show you how he gets those codes. Maybe not as thoroughly as I would like. No one does that for some strange reason. But at least he creates a video and he explains how he somehow gets it. He shows his search terms, him entering those terms, and then the results pop up. And if you go through those YouTube videos, you'll see the congregation providing negative comments saying, "How could you?" And here's the thing, though. Here's the only thing that I found strange. In those, this is why I kind of stuck with the congregation a little while, because I kind of want to investigate a little further about those Torah codes, is that Kelly Patrick responded, is like, "You keep misspelling his name in these videos. Enter the correct search term. You know you're not spelling his name correctly." And I did notice that in every one of those Torah code videos, Matityahu, master Torah code researcher, never did spell his name correctly. Could it be
Isn't
because
Matashahu a
there's...
rapper?
I don't know. Could be.
Yes.
But good to go. So basically, he never did spell it correctly in any one of those videos. There's at least 6 videos I think he made about going against Lord Rayel, but never spelling it correctly. So I'm thinking, is there something about this name that he found out about and he doesn't want to publish, or did he just not read the comments? One or the other, I'm not sure. But I would like someone to... Basically, this is something that needs to be done. Someone needs to create a free software version of the Torah codes. Basically, no one knows how the Torah code software works because it's proprietary software. We don't have access to the source code. I am a free software developer. I would like there to be one. Because if someone documents how the code works...
Well, get ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I did. So
I forgot about that. You said you got it.
You can actually purchase this software. It costs you $60. Actually, one of the guys that sells it is Danny Ben-Gigi, Dr. Danny Ben-Gigi out in Arizona, and he runs HebrewWorld.com. He's a good friend of mine. He taught me Hebrew actually back in 2003, 2004. And so there are 2 slides that you showed. Dave, if we could go back to just the first slide, if that's possible, not the second one. I just want to point to a couple of things. So what you're looking at here, of course, his picture is not in the actual program. This is a screenshot of the program. It's called Keys to the Bible. And what you're looking at is, if you can read, if your viewers can read Hebrew, you could actually read from right to left here the text, because all this is doing is laying out